Was there for 2 years until I saw that there was an inconsistency with the math there. And so I went out to explore a new way of understanding how the universe worked, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
What's 1 times 1?
1 times 1 is 1.
To multiply means to do what? To make more, right?
Yes.
Increase a number?
Yes.
Multiply?
Yes.
How can 1 times 1 equaling 1 be part of the multiplication table? It fails to satisfy the term multiply.
So in case some of you don't know who this person is, well, he's a famous actor called Terrance Howard. His most notable role was in Iron Man, where he played a War Machine, in which he completely fumbled because he wanted the same pay as Robert Downey Jr., so they just hired someone else in the next movie.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay. Yeah? Are you? Absolutely.
And the past few years he's been getting clowned on because of some of the stuff he said. He claims to be this super genius when he says stuff like 1 times 1 equals 2, and that he remembers when he was in his mother's womb.
I was inside my mother's womb, and I was about maybe 6 months inside the womb. And I'm like, okay, don't forget I'm here. Okay. Don't forget. You go to sleep. You wake up again. Now something's moving in front of you. And you're like, oh, that's my friend. But I had a different name for it. I didn't know it was my hand. But I knew I had a title for it. Go back to sleep. All of those things. Then ultimately you get ready to come out. I remember all of that.
You remember coming out?
Remember being compressed.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
So in case you think, okay, maybe this guy isn't that dumb, well, he actually thinks 0 doesn't exist, and his reasoning is even more stupid. He said he was once having a discussion with his professor, and his professor said to him, let's say you had an apple and I had an apple, and you gave me your apple. How many apples do you have? And then Terrance Howard said, I have 2 apples. He said, you don't understand, you gave me your apple. And then he said, no, you don't understand. As long as you are still inside this universe, whatever you have, I have, because everything in this universe is connected to everything else. Even if you could take my apple and place it into an adjacent universe, I would still have 2 apples, because as long as that universe is touching this universe, then everything in that universe is still connected to and influenced by every single atom in this universe. Therefore, my giving, he was supposed to say me, but that just shows how stupid he is. Therefore, me giving you my apple is paramount to me transferring my apple from my left hand to my right hand, because all things are one.
You're a donut! You're so stupid! You're so stupid! You're stupid!
So let's keep in mind that he lost his role in Iron Man because he thought he should have made the same amount of money as Robert Downey Jr. So using his logic here, shouldn't all money also be his?
There was an inconsistency with the math there. And so I went out to explore a new way of understanding how the universe worked, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry. And then with that geometry, I was able to put props on that. And what I'm saying is now we have invented a new form of flight that I would like to bring here to Uganda to replace the drones, to replace the helicopters, to replace the planes. We have all the funding necessary. What we need is just a fertile ground in which to build this. Now, this is the geometry of hydrogen.
So this clip here went pretty viral because everyone felt the same exact way. It felt like this guy was just basically saying words that would make him sound smart. And yeah, he also went on this talk show called The View, where he made himself look even dumber, and the people on the show clearly are not the people that he should be talking about this stuff with, and they were just so confused.
What's that?
Well, I'm gonna talk about this since we're here. This is the proof that the square root of 2 is a rational number.
Yes.
Now, this is the point where 4 bubbles meet equally and oppositely.
touch it?
Yes. And it's where 12 planes meet. This is an undiscovered geometry that I'm now making known to the world here on this show. I didn't come to tell you guys this, I just came to prove to you. Our entire world economy is based on 1 times 1 equals 1. So if you can prove that an action times an action equals a reaction, which science proves, then 1 times 1 must equal more than 1. And to have the physical proof of it, that kind of shakes things up a bit.
Well, you're a shaker-upper.
To the universe, there are no borders. It's just mankind that has placed these borders. And we have to remember, when you take the 37% so you can have life, even separating 62%, that is an ungodly and unconscious act that will reap consequences.
That's right. That's so true.